Hello, welcome to Laura's DIY life. So what I did in my last video, I made the tree and I messed up on the gluing. So I want to redo it. I'm still posting that video, but I wanted to redo and hopefully get the gluing right this time. So I went ahead and cut these trees out, and these trees are not the best. The other tree was definitely better. But and I don't have any of those battery powered fairy light things, but if you do and you want to light it, take something and just make holes all through so that you can have holes. And the size depends. If you have the like the real small hole punches, you could use that. That would give you more. And you could even take some of these like sequins and stuff and glue them over the hole, and they even have the little holes, so light would still come out, and hopefully that would glow a little bit. I'm not saying it will, but maybe. So that's all I did. I'm not going to do it on the rest of these because I don't have the lights anyways, and this is more about showing as I messed up on the gluing, but it doesn't have to be messed up. So they're going to be in half. And what I did, so that you can get the lights in from the bottom. Okay, so just in case you didn't see the other one, what I did is I went ahead and folded a piece of paper in half and I cut out the shape of a Christmas tree. Then I used the one that I cut out to trace folded paper and make the same. I always make sure I use the same one to do the tracing, because if you use a different one every time, each one's going to be a little bit off, a little bit off, a little bit off. So if you use the same one over and over again, you don't have that problem so bad. And then I cut, two pieces, so they're not all going to be alike. But anyways, so let's get to gluing. And you can decorate ahead of time if you want to, just to give you a hint of how it's going to work. These sides on here, so you have it folded in. The ones that are inside are the ones you're going to decorate, because they're not going to be glued to the next page. When I glued, I just folded it. I took my glue and I only glued around the outside. Now your tree could be any size, any shape, whatever you want it to be. Okay, once you have it glued, you take the next one, once you have the glue on, and you glue it down. But you have to make sure that your bottom lines up so you have a good base to hold it. Okay. Okay. Then I'm going to fold this one and do the same thing. I don't know how I messed up that last one. I have no idea how I messed it up. But you want it to stick good. And I'm just putting the glue, getting the folding it up, sticking it on. And I'm just going to keep doing this until I have them all glued on. So it's going to make it kind of 3D. That's what I would call it, is 3D. So get where the fold is and stick it on. Line up that bottom so that it'll stand nice. You can fix this crease if you want. and stick it together. You might want to check and make sure the only ones sticking together are the ones you want, because I think that was also another part of my problem. See, there's some sticking together that shouldn't be. So just make sure that glue isn't seeping through and gluing more together than what should be glued together, if that makes sense. So we're just gonna glue, and I'm gonna fold it back, and I'm gonna glue. So any sides with the ink where you traced should be on the inside, and I seen one wasn't. That means I creased it wrong, because it's folded when I'm tracing it, right? That way I'm not cutting out the whole shape, I'm just cutting out the half shape. And like, I didn't line up the bottom, so what that means is that wouldn't give it support to stand, because it's not down low enough to give it support, it's up. Well, there's not too much I can do now. That seems like glue has kind of dried already. And go back and check which ones are sticking. See, I think I had quite a bit of this sticking in that. These two should not be stuck together either. Even though that's only single layer right now, that's going to be our wraparound piece. So, now if you don't get the glue oozing out, you won't have the problem like I do. Right? So fold it. Get that crease in there. Stick it on, line up that bottom piece, and then glue it on. And make sure extras aren't sticking together. There we go. See, they want to stick together bad. So, okay. And now I'm going to bring the next one. And, okay. Some of them do not have the outline, because I did not outline every one. I stacked the papers in twos and only outlined the outer one. And I'm doing this real quick, and it's not as neat as it should and all that, but you can take your time and do it neater. I didn't glue in the middle. I'm only getting glue on the outside of the trees. And again, I'm gonna check. Make sure these aren't sticking together. Here we go. And one more. And then, like I said, just on the outside. And line up that bottom. And then the rest. Now, the thicker it gets, the more it's going to move. And you can make it as thick or as thin as you want to. You only want to do 4 pieces, only do 4 pieces. I don't know why I chose 8. I just did. You can make it big. You can make it little. You can do whatever you want to do with it. Okay. Now we have all our pieces stuck together. And now we're going to glue these last two together. And yes, it turned out right this time. So it's just going to be the outside, like I said before. Just the outline, and stick it together. And now we will have our 3D tree. And it will stand as long as we make sure our base is big enough to hold it up. It will stand, and you cannot tell that the insides are not stuck together. But here's why I had you just do the outline. And you could do this with any shape, I'm assuming. I like the idea of the tree. I think about being a kid and folding that TV guide over. And that's what makes me think of this. And this is really just kind of an advanced version of that. But now, see, you can kind of open it up. And when you do, you can stick those fairy lights up in there. And if they're battery operated, you have no cord or nothing coming out. And you can leave the on-off switch out here. And you can open it up. And you can stick those fairy lights in there. Now, depending on how stuck they got, and if you're more careful and you use a precision tip, you could stick them in towards the, this part, the branch part, you know, depending on how careful you are with the glue. This is going to open it up, and you can stick the lights down in there. Now, I had stuck some of these stars together and stuck them on top, and I glued some of these on. I used some glitter glue to do a banner. You could even take these little tiny ones out of here and glue those in a row and make garland. Another thing, how about just doing, oh, this is spray. This is a dot marker. Let's see. Dot, 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 dot. You could decorate it, and man, some of y'all are so good at this stuff. And you could just do it all the way around. I mean, for kids, I'm thinking, what a blast. And if you've poked holes and you stick lights in there, then wouldn't they be proud and take it home to mom, you know? Or give it to grandma. And, you know what I mean? It's, kids that would be proud of this. And I think they'd have a blast making it with you. And since they're going to be out of school, how much fun. They probably are out of school. I think some don't really get out of school till after Christmas. But I think this could be a very fun project. If you wanted to string some beads up, I don't really have a way to do that myself, but if you wanted to string beads up and glue that, you know, from branch to branch in between, I mean, and then lights on here, I mean, The possibilities are endless. So I'm just gonna do this last one. And then I'm gonna go, let's see, this is a real short one, and I'm gonna leave it real short. And I'm gonna do another video for a paper chain that you can use for whatever you want. And we've all made paper chains, and it's basically the same simple stuff. It's just that I'm gonna put a little bit of a twist on it. That's all. All right. This cap doesn't, oh, the cap goes here. Okay, so I didn't realize, wait, where's the other cap? That's not it, right? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, good. Good. I didn't realize there was a skinny one and a bigger one just now when I was doing it, so that's all right. But there you go. All you gotta do is just now make adjustments to it. And there you go. See, I'm not crazy. I know what I'm talking about. And that turned out pretty cute. I'll have to decorate it up and bring it back on and show y'all. All right. So that's the Christmas tree. So I will be back. Thank you for joining me. If you like my channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again. Bye-bye now.